please, can we discuss the America's Next Top Model show on Netflix? The thing that annoyed me about it is that Tyra Banks shows no remorse. She's like, that's what the viewers wanted. We had to make these things.
It's a duty of care. Just, there was no duty of care.
Hello and welcome to Vogen Amber, the podcast. Oh, it's nice to sit here. I thought you'd wear your matching jumper.
Well, I didn't know you were wearing that. I was too busy outside getting caught smoking by my stepdad.
Did he catch you? Oh, at this time in the morning. Oh, Neil. What did he say to you? Oh, geez, that's bad.
He just shook his head in shame.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and you knew he was coming. But anyway, you like seeing people get in trouble.
Oh, I didn't think anyone would be that disgusting going for a smoke so early in the morning. So, you know.
I'm a dedicated smoker. What can I say?
My God. I don't like to slag people off who smoke. And I know I shouldn't say this, but like, I enjoyed it when I did it. But like, you're just not allowed to do it. Sometimes, like, you're just not allowed to do some fun things because they're just not good for you, you know? It's sad.
A guy I work with only smokes when he drinks.
Well, I used to do that, but then I was like, I'll go on to the vapes. And we know what happened when I went on to the vapes. It was very difficult to get off the vapes.
Eating them.
Those joyous little blue razzes. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. I loved them.
I found one of them in the pocket of one of my jackets, actually.
Don't even show it to me because I'd be tempted. I'd be tempted to have a quick talk off it, you know, yourself, just a little pull off the other.
I don't think you take a toke off a vape. I think you take a toke off something else. Illegal.
I don't do that at all. No way. Someone was coming home from New York and they were like, do you want weed, jellies? And I was like, no way. No, that stuff just isn't for me. I don't like it. I'll be an upper girl. So that's why I drink tequila. It's an upper.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to cry or get very upset when they drink gin. It's funny that with certain alcohols, how they affect people in different ways. Like, you know, some people, if they drink white wine, they could go crazy and get real aggro and stuff like that. I don't really have that with any drinks. Because, you know, the way they say that about people with whiskey.
Whiskey smells like muck.
I know, I used to like whiskey ginger ale. It tastes like fizzy cola bottles.
Well, I did used to drink that. But I had a new life experience this week. And I don't want to be judged by any Irish people on here because I know I'm late to the game, right? I know I'm late to the game. I had a spice bag for the first time. Oh, wow. What a pleasure trove that was.
Have you ever had one, Imo?
I had one in New York, so probably not the same, but...
It's basically gout in a bag. It's gout in a bag. Like, there wasn't a vegetable in sight.
You can get the spices that you put on it, but there's different ways. The one that we got didn't have any of the veg. And some other places do the veg where you get kind of red and green peppers and onions and it's all fried in with the... It's a heartburn in a bag.
Yeah, but you'd need a sauce. I felt like
sweet and sour
it was
sauce.
Delicious. I kept going back for more, but like that's...
Kept going back for more, but being like, it's so hot.
Our niece Jeannie was over for a sleepover and she was just walloping to it. I was like, Jeannie,
she was drinking a lot of water with it. A lot of water.
I don't know how she kept eating it though. I was like, Jeannie, how are you eating that?
Some kids love it, yeah. Some kids love Chinese. I don't know. I'm just not real Chinese. If I only like Chinese if it's like a buffet approach. I know you don't say buffet, but I like to say buffet. So like you have loads of stuff ordered so you can have little bits of everything. Like, you know, your man is a big John who says bosh and all the stuff. Chicken chow mein, duck chow mein, beef chow mein, all those different things he orders. But like you have the pickings of everything. That's why I used to love Jimmy Chung's. I was going to say Charlie Chung's.
Oh, Jimmy Chung's. Is Jimmy Chung's still a thing?
Charlie's is a Chinese place in town that is kind of like, well, it's not all you can eat, but like there's loads of them all around Dublin.
They're everywhere though. There's one in what's the panda one in America called? That's quite nice.
That's delicious.
Yeah. Or if you go into a food hall, like they always have them in food halls, and they are like, oh,
they're
God.
very nice. I had chicken orange, or his dad used to say, "Get me duck orange."
We went to a play last night. It was my friend Una McEvitt wrote this play. I actually read that on a plane about a year and a half ago. She got me to read the script. She directed Ghosted and Spencer and Vogue when we went on tour, and Amber and Vogue if we ever go on tour. But how good was it? It like if you're in Dublin, it's such a nice thing to do, to go to the theatre. It's in the Abbey, which is a really gorgeous little theatre.
Lovely theatre.
And we went with Gina, Naomi, my sister-in-law Emma, me and Amber. My mum didn't go because she had to get something done with her nail. And how chaotic and hilarious was that play. Like, Una's really funny, but like, to be able to sit and write an hour and 40 minutes of words. So like, there's always someone on stage. It's an hour and 40 minutes straight, and there's four characters in the whole show.
It was amazing. But I just
so
always
good.
I'm always blown away as well.
It's called
by,
Fair Deal, by the way, if anyone wants to go see it.
yeah.
It's running for another few weeks, I think.
Definitely worth going to see. I felt it was like it could be a movie.
It could definitely be a movie. It was just really funny and really unexpected. And because I'd read it, I knew what was going to happen. The first mental thing that happened, I was like, I knew that was going to happen, but then I couldn't actually remember the end of it. So it was enlightening. It's great.
But the thing about it that always fascinates me when you go to a play is like, if they don't change up the oh my god, what am I trying to say? The set stays the same. I thought the set was beautiful, but it fascinates me how they're able to stay in one space and do so many different scenes in one space and just like retain your attention for all that time. I was massively impressed. I really enjoyed it.
I know. I was sitting beside Una and she was like, "Oh my god, you kept your attention for an hour and 45 minutes," and I was like, oh, "You're right. That never happens." There was 2 times that's happened recently. Then, and when else did it happen? I can't remember. There was 2 times.
When we went to see The Weir with Brendan Gleeson.
I got itchy. I got itchy there. I
got a bit itchy last night. I could feel myself, and I was very conscious. I was like, "Oh god, I'm itching my head again. Oh god!" And then I was like squeezing my hands. I don't know.
Why were you itchy?
No, I just felt like, I don't know. You know when you can't sit still.
Have you ever seen mites? Loads of mites live on our skin and we just don't know about it. They're just crawling around all over us.
I'd say you have loads of them.
Well, you're the itchy one. You're a little. You've got the worms are back. Do you want to? Will we get Mom up to check your bum?
Get away, you sicko. That's fucking worms. And we know I got worms. You putting your ass on my pillow.
That is, Amber, you're trying to embarrass and shade me when you were the
shade
one
you,
that
folk.
had
You literally
worms.
said to Naomi last night, you're going to buy her a mattress topper, but you're rubbing your bum all over it before you give it to her, so she can't re-gift it.
Well, we've got to take drastic measures so Naomi doesn't start re-gifting everything we buy her. She's the worst.
Naomi, I was out with Naomi and Gina and Mom and Neil and our Uncle John and his partner Ali on Wednesday night, I want to say, or maybe it was Tuesday night. We went to the Pier House. Delish. Apparently one of Michael Fassbender's favourite restaurants. Really, really delicious.
Who told you
I
that?
loved the
Who told you
prawns
that?
thing they did for starter, and I was a little bit of a pig and I got a steak. But anyway, besides the point.
Hang on, who told you that about Michael Fassbender? Like, I've never seen him in Howth or heard of him. You hear them when they come to Howth.
The manager of the restaurant, there's a little squirrel. The manager of the restaurant told me he'd been in a few times. Like, why are you trying to make out I'm a lie bag?
I'm not trying to make out your lie bag. I just said it's unusual that someone would cross the threshold and I wouldn't know that.
Oh my God. Like, did you not see Brad Pitt was in the bloody stream? It was AI. It was AI.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Brad Pitt came up here.
He's filming here for the next few months. So basically when we were there, Mom and Naomi were kind of reminiscing. And Mom was saying, so they were saying about how Mom was favoured by someone and was taken into town and none of the other kids. So our mom comes from 5 girls and 1 boy, so a family of 6. And they lived by the beach when they grew up. But Naomi is the oldest and she used to tease her. And Mom said that, like, she remembers Naomi, they'd be sitting across the table from each other and Naomi would have a spoon. And do you remember, like, you used to give me shit when I go, not sorry, I'm not allowed to do that anymore. When I'd be like, I take a sip of a drink and I'm like, ah. And like, he's like, stop doing that. So, well, apparently Naomi used to sit across from Mom and she'd be eating something with a spoon and she'd go, Mom would be like, stop doing that. And Naomi would be like, with every spoonful of what she was eating. And then I didn't know this. Did you know that Naomi dared Mom to eat cow dung and she ate a bit of it?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Amber,
that.
I don't know if you remember Jason. Do you not remember Jason the dog?
Look, I didn't eat any dog shit, thank you very much. No. Is that what you're trying to make out? No, thank you.
I'm not saying you ate dog shit. This is so bad. I don't know if we can leave this in. But we were all tearing. Just like 6 kids in the neighborhood, and we decided this dog Jason was a stray, but he wasn't a stray. He was just allowed out and about on his own, and we were all tearing each other to torches. Really.
Oh, for God's sake. Jesus Christ.
Kids are weird. They do all weird stuff.
When he's so cute and stuff like that, and then you'd see his lipstick, you'd be like, "Ugh, get away from me!"
Oh no.
Anyway, Mom ate cow tongue because she was wearing some white top, and then she ate a bit, and she's like, "Ugh," and like put it all over her white top, and they were going somewhere, and she got in so much trouble. And another thing.
Why is that on your top? Well, I was eating shit, and then it was disgusting.
Apparently, Naomi, they have so many stories. We actually need to commit them to paper or something like that. Another thing that Naomi seems like she was a little terror. Like, she used to go down Imo on Christmas morning and try and swap all the Christmas presents around, so she got the best.
That
thing.
sounds like a bit of me, to be honest.
But another thing she did was she tried to pay my mom a penny, which was a lot of money at the time, to lick her toe.
I'd do it. I'd lick your toe for €50.
You're sick.
Not like a deep lick, just a little lick. I'd lick your toe
Oh
too
my
for €50.
God.
€50 to lick a toe, and that's €100 if it's tax free. You've already paid the tax and the €50. If you're giving me €50 cash, I'm licking that toe. Unless you have scaldy little feet.
You have Theodore and Otto and Gigi upstairs. And Otto is, so basically our brother has a dog called a Vizsla, a dog called Pablo. So Otto likes to pretend he's Pablo and go around on all fours.
Well, it's a brand new dog that he's gotten, so like it's this gorgeous puppy. Oh my God, I should swing by on the way to the airport and get a little snug. Gorgeous puppy. And yeah, so Otto's been going around and he's like a dog. He's like carrying stuff in his mouth and everything. I'm like, oh my God.
And then he's going up to Theodore being like, "Dad." I was like, "Dogs don't talk." Vogue last night, when we were dropping her sister-in-law Emma off last night, Vogue was like, "Do you think Pablo might be up? Could I go in for a little cuddle?" I was like, "Are you mad? It's like 10:30. I want to go home."
I would like, now he did come to the house and he pissed all over the place, and I was like, I couldn't have that full time now because you forgot how hard it is to have a puppy. But like, I need my dog snug because I miss Bertie. Bertie's off with also, and I'm desperate to get him back now. I'll get him back this weekend.
You'll be fine.
God, my little Bertrude.
And if we're talking about weeks, what else happened was the freezer magically unplugged itself.
Fuck's sake. No.
What?
Right. What happened to that freezer? Because I went to get something out of it and everything was defrosted. Well, you've never seen Amber so angry at me, telling me I was Amber. You were angry at me. And I was like, I didn't.
Vogue, I'm sorry. I'm not going to have fake news like promoted out here. I don't think so. I'm the one that pulled it out. I don't know what happens to you. You become relieved of all of your senses and just capabilities. Like, I had to pull the freezer out.
You emptied it. You pulled out it's on wheels.
I had to pull it out and I hoovered it and I plugged it back in. Like, hey presto, completo.
It's on. Anyway, she was like, they're fine. Some of them aren't fully defrosted. I was like, Amber,
I don't think you needed to
can't.
throw out Imo, do you think you needed to throw out like frozen chips?
I think veg is fine. I think it's the meat that you should be worried about.
Yeah, well, like literally the whole thing was cleared. We didn't include about that Australian woman who is a commentator for the Winter Olympics.
What did she do?
She went on air locked.
Sorry.
Talking about the price of coffee.
The price of coffee over here is actually fine. It's more the price of coffee in the US that we are going to have to get used to. I'm not sure about the iguanas. Where are we going with that one?
It was a car crash and then she had to go on air again and apologise. She said she misjudged.
No!
She misjudged drinking on an empty stomach and the altitude and how that would impact the effect of the drink. It's car crash to watch.
Well, I tell you, drinking on an empty stomach, you should be given a free pass because that shit will fuck you up. I mean, it's so like you're so unwell the next day. So even if you're like
so unwell,
this sounds bad, but when I was younger and we had no money, we would do that on purpose. So we could get really pissed, really quickly.
No, you used to have a glass of milk because apparently that lined your tummy, and then pasta. because that's a good base in terms of like soakage.
No, they were the foods to avoid for me because I was like, I need to get pissed fast. I've no money. So I wouldn't have those foods, and I just like, I'd get really drunk. I remember, and I used to, every week I'd get out and I'd leave and I have to go home at 1 a.m, absolutely deranged. And this was when like people would be out till like 3 or 4, and I would be just, I'd have to it took me about a year and a half to be like, okay, something's not working here now, and I'm just getting so blackout drunk.
Vogue, is this when Vogue used to go for snoozes in the toilet, Emma?
Yeah.
She used to go and have a snooze on a night out. She'd put a timer on her phone for 10 or 15 minutes and go. And I remember going into the toilets, Vogue, yeah, having a snooze in the bloody toilet.
Honestly, it's quite shocking behaviour. I know,
Yeah.
but like that's just what I needed to do at the time of doing it, right? Please, can we discuss the America's Next Top Model show on Netflix? Imo, have you watched this?
No, I'm desperate to, but I have listened to, there's a really great podcast about all of the behind the scenes drama that I have listened to. So I kind of know what's going on.
I know, but I'm so conflicted about, because at the end of the day, it was whatever, 20 years ago. TV, the landscape was different. There wasn't as much, like, there was no aftercare for people who were on reality shows. People were just filmed, and like, there was no thought about how that would affect them or anything like that. But like, watching the stuff back of America's Next Top Model, now there were parts that I didn't actually remember seeing. One, I'm going to use Amber's word, harrowing, but it was so... There was one young girl, and she didn't eat. They had these boys over that they were shooting with. She didn't eat. They're all in the hot tub. They're having wine. The producers are there filming. She has a boyfriend. She's completely
Hammered.
And she's very young. She's like 18 or something, completely hammered. And she's telling the story. And then one of the guys ends up getting in the shower with her, and they end up having sex. The producers are still filming this.
Your man Jay said the rule was that you weren't allowed to film people on their own in the bathroom, but that rule went out the window because it was 2 people.
2 of them. So they just stood there and filmed her. And then they filmed them in the bed together. Oh, and like, it's essentially like it's not really consensual sex because she was so out of her mind.
So
but
she
they
was blacking
stood
out
there,
and stuff, yeah.
blacking out. She was, and like the next, like after the whole thing had happened, and she'd kind of come.
They wouldn't give her a
she wasn't
phone.
as pissed. Wouldn't give her a phone. She's bawling, crying. She's completely devastated.
Then when she threatened to leave the show, they said, you can have a phone. And then she goes, you know, when she went for the little chat, this is the one thing that got me about it. When she went for the little chat, so obviously the big guns, aka Tyra, was brought in to go for like a little coffee with the girls at night. And she was just like, I wrote it down when I was watching it because I only watched the first episode. Like the first episode, so much in it. And I forgot about Janice Dickinson being in it. But basically she goes, what was it? She said, Tyra was like, you know, when my man, he doesn't cheat. I say, go flirt all you want with anyone. Do all the flirting. But then you come home and you do me.
But she was doing that in front of the girl because the girl was so upset about having done that on her boyfriend, and Tyra was trying to get this reaction out of her. But like, it's just so shocking that they, like, if you saw one of your mates and they were absolutely pissed and they're getting with a guy, you'd be like, no, you're coming home with me. This isn't happening tonight. You're just not doing it. And even back then you would have. And I don't remember seeing that, but that like just stood out to me. I was just like, how awful that you could stand there and just allow that to happen to that girl, because you're actually complicit in what happened
It's
to her.
a duty of care. Just, there was no duty of care.
Yeah.
And even when she had to tell her boyfriend, when they finally gave her a phone, they were like, we're going to film this. So she had 2 film guys, and they went over. She was like basically curled in the fetal position on the ground, bawling, crying. And before they left, they were like, really sorry that we had to film it. That was just one example. There's so much that went on, Imo. Like, you need to watch it.
The thing that annoys me about it is that Tyra Banks shows no remorse. She's like, that's what the viewers wanted. We had to make these things for what the viewer wanted. Like, did you see the race shoot where they were swapping races? Like, they were making white girls into African Americans and stuff. And they were, and like, your man Jay was like, I found it all really unsettling. But like, at the end of the day, like, if you found it that unsettling at the time, why did you keep doing it? Like, I know that you're there for TV, but if you're sitting here talking now in 2026 about being so unsettled, like, you would have said something at the time. You would have said, listen, this like can't be going on. Like they had a murder shoot where like one of the girls, her mother had been shot dead. No, her mother had been shot and paralyzed, and they had her being shot in a murder shoot. And then they had one where the models were like, you're a bulimic model, and they have this girl with vomit on her mouth, like sitting on a toilet. And it is just, it was, I mean, it's a great watch to actually look back on it. But like when you think about the way TV, because like even when I did the jungle, like you have to do this whole psych test. You have to be on the phone with a psychotherapist for an hour and a half. And when I was in the jungle, I had this little meltdown because I hadn't slept. I had really bad anxiety. And like the next day, like, cause it was like 2 a.m. when this had happened. The next day I was talking to the psych woman who's really like, I'd love if she was my therapist in London, but I was talking to her, like, it's literally like they are on it as soon as like something is making you unhappy. They're really, but like back then they just didn't care.
Some of the big things, just like, first of all, with the issues with production, they didn't want anyone, they didn't want more than one person of colour on the show. Mental. They didn't want to cast anyone over a size 10, referring to girls as dumpy and piggy on the show. And obviously,
when I used to model though back in the day, I remember someone calling me in, an agent calling me in and being like, you have to stop eating burgers, you're too big, you can't be. And now in fairness, I wasn't like a thin model, but like, now I actually enjoyed this. But if you look back at the shoots that I did, like I was standing in the middle of Grafton Street in the snow in a bikini, like with an ice cream in my hand, selling an ice cream, like, and it was just like to get in the paper, but there was absolutely no need for me to be standing there in a bikini.
Photo calls, yeah, that'd be like being on Oxford Street, London, Imo. More stuff that they did in terms of like how cancelable the show was. In cycle 10, contestants were made to pose for photos while wearing real dead animal carcasses.
Well, Lady Gaga did that. Remember, I'd say she reeked.
You already talked about the Got Milk campaign where they had to be pretend to be pose of women of different races. And then
they did that twice. They did that 2 seasons running.
One of the things I keep on seeing is basically the people getting their teeth taken out. There was one girl, I heard the one girl who had a gap and they wanted her to close the gap, and then apparently they models Danielle Evans and Joni Dodd. So both of these girls were asked to undergo major dental surgery as part of their makeovers. Tyra sent one contestant to the dentist to have the gap in her teeth filled in, and then later on in another cycle a contestant was sent to the dentist to have her gap widened.
God, you see her when she had 4 teeth ripped out, and it's all on camera, and like she's just holding these now she was thrilled because she said she couldn't afford to do that herself with the dentist, but the girl who had her gap closed, she was furious in the show. It's a really, really great show. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's mad just to watch. I think she used to be.
What was the other thing that Tyra Banks did? What was the Vaseline thing that she did?
What was
she had? Was it Diamante Vaseline things, and she had people going crazy for them. She's got loads of other moments outside of like America's Next Top Model. She's just.
But the thing about Tyra Banks, she comes across so badly in the show because she's literally just so unremorseful. And she's like, at least I'm getting called out in my shit. When you get called out in your shit, which you will, you should own it. It's like Tyra, our shit is not. Our shit don't stink like your shit. Jesus
our
Christ.
Shit don't stink like. Janice Dickinson was awful because there was a bit of tension with her and Tyra, and they were always kind of going against each other. And then your man Jay, because apparently he was living with Tyra. It's all just very, very messed up, very toxic.
I mean, it was a massive show, and like we all, like everyone has watched some form of America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
But then when they got rid of the 2 Jays and Nigel Barker, then they got rid of Tyra after that, so she fell out with them. But one of the Jays, Miss J, he had a massive stroke and he's not able to walk or anything. But he said that Tyra hasn't been in touch. And then when they were talking about what happened with Jay when he tried to quit and Tyra wouldn't talk to him, was really horrible to him, and he sent her this really nice email and stuff saying he wanted to quit, and she wouldn't talk to him. And she's like, I'm not going to talk about that on camera. I need to call Jay. I need to give Jay a call.
Some people never change. Anyway, that's our download. Emo, you need to watch it.
Does it go into what happened afterwards? Because in the podcast I was listening to, they were talking about how like all the models' contracts basically were so tight that they basically couldn't work as a model afterwards anyway.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
why?
I can't remember the ins and outs of it. And like, they couldn't really use the photos that they'd used as an America's Next Top Model as their portfolio because they were so like out there and outrageous that you just wouldn't use that sort of photo.
And also the people, like brands didn't want to work with them because they didn't want like the modeling industry, the people who were walking in shows, they were like, we don't want them to be in our show because they're going to take away from the clothes. And so they were getting no jobs when they left, and some of them just ended up in the jobs that they were doing. But like, didn't they get a contract with CoverGirl? I think if it was done now, oh God, would it work? I mean,
I don't think it would work now.
modeling is such a tough job. It's
No.
so hard. There's a very select few who make a lot of money from that, I guess.
No, like, what was it? I took some notes. Some of them, like, in terms of the girls were saying, they're saying like they came to the show for validation, and a lot of them finally started to feel pretty, and then they just had it pulled from under them. So they actually, I would say a lot of them, like, you can see a lot of them are very upset and crying and stuff like that and emotional. It's, yeah.
Yeah. It is a good watch, though. I will admit, it's a good watch. If you're looking for something to watch, I actually kind of enjoyed it.
Speaking of shitting on women, here's another one. So it's back to our Olympics, but it's nearly over, so we won't be talking about it anymore. So it's all about, everyone's obsessed with the Chinese-American Olympian Eileen Gu. And I saw about an interview that she did, and basically the journalist was just like, she's already
Oh my
won.
God, she is stunning. She is stunning.
He basically goes, do you see it as basically you've won 2 silvers or you've lost 2 golds? And she was like, she put him back in his place, and she said it's a phenomenal thing to do, to win an Olympic medal, whatever color it might be. But that's just so condescending. But she's a freestyle skier. She's the highest paid athlete at the Winter Olympics. Controversially, she holds 2 passports for the US and China, but competes for Team China. People are saying she's the hottest Olympic athlete of all time.
She is a rock.
She's also a model, I think.
Well, I'm not surprised, but basically this just to give you a bit kind of like behind the curtain or whatever, a bit more info. The athletes get paid per medal. So if you're from Singapore,
Not all countries pay them, by the way. Very few
Really?
countries pay. Yeah, very few countries pay their athletes to get the medals. And Olympians are training for 4 years, and they're on a very low salary. And so when they do win a medal, like the bigger countries who want them to win medals and pay them for winning those medals, they like, it's great for them, but not for the other ones.
well, if you're from Singapore and you get gold, you get 622 grand. If you get
Wow.
silver, you get 311 grand, and then for bronze, 155 grand.
Jesus, that's, imagine. Now, and think about that, some of them get absolutely nothing.
But Singapore only have 1 athlete at the games.
No wonder it's that much then, because they're not going to end up spending any more than that.
Another one is Italy, who is currently hosting it. So if you're Italian, if you got gold, you get 168k. If you got silver, you get 84k. And if you got bronze, you get 56k. It'd be interesting to see what the figures are for the UK and Ireland. I don't think.
GB don't pay anything.
They don't pay anything.
What?
Yeah. Norway, Sweden don't pay anything. Great Britain pay nothing.
I'm surprised about Norway and Sweden, although they're apparently fabulous places to live. Norway's apparently...
Switzerland is the most expensive place to live in the world. I always see those things on Instagram. You know, they serve them up and they're like, and you can do this.
It's
in
so
Switzerland.
beautiful,
It'll cost
though.
you all this money.
I know a couple of people that live there.
If Norway paid, they'd be paying out constantly. They're always winning shit.
Especially in the Winter Olympics. They've got that stuff cleaned up. Sister cards?
Okay.
We'll do a quickie.
You have to walk around with a piece of raw spaghetti. Every day it goes unbroken. You get 10 grand. How long could you realistically keep this spaghetti for? I mean, I'm putting it in a little case.
Yeah, but not even a day. Not even a day. With my kids.
If you can't put it in a case, I would basically...
But you can't put it in a case. That's like, oh, I'm going to wrap my spaghetti.
Yeah. I put it in a steel case.
Well, you're not allowed in a case, you gobshite. That's not the question. You're not allowed to put the spaghetti in a case.
Vogue, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about solutions here. Okay, that's solutions. If you had to, so you have to walk around with it. So I think if I had to walk around with it, I think I'd be doing good if I got through 3 days.
Amber, you're a klutz. You wouldn't get through a single solitary day on your own. There's no way. I can blame my kids. If I didn't have my kids around, I'd probably get through a week. Now, in fairness, you break everything. You're not even allowed to use certain glasses downstairs. I don't know if you know that.
Well, I use whatever glasses I want.
Well,
What about you, Emma?
I could maybe a couple of days.
I think 3 is realistic. If you're going to the office and stuff like that, and you're just coming home, I think I could definitely do it for 3 days.
I feel like I'd mislay it though. I'd put it down and then I'd be disqualified probably because I'm not carrying it around.
Spaghetti. What are you giving up for Lent?
Okay, so I'm really bad for not reading messages and leaving them there, and my unread messages just pile up. So that's my thing. I'm going to give up not responding to messages. Even our cousin David texted me the other day, and then I didn't get back to him until 2 days. He was just like, it took you 2 days to respond to that text.
I actually think I have a message from David, but I'm not going to change that about myself because I'm protecting myself. I can't get back to everyone. I can't respond to everyone, and I'm not going to feel like I have to because it's just impossible.
I mean, people I know, I just feel like it's become a really, really bad habit now.
I'm giving up salt, butter, milk, coffee, crisps, and chocolate.
Piss off. Are you serious right now?
No, I'm not giving up anything.
Our Auntie Naomi is, again, well, she's not giving something up. She's taking something up, and she's going to take up going to bed before 12 o'clock midnight because Naomi loves a snooze. She loves a snooze in the car. She loves a snooze in the cinema. Emma was telling me she loves a snooze in the theatre. Although Gina said Gina said she fell asleep at one stage last night. Naomi, I mean, I think 6 out of 7 nights a week Naomi would fall asleep on the couch, but she falls asleep on the couch like this, like absolutely.
I couldn't do that to myself.
Every single night. So that's what she's doing. Are you doing anything, Emma? No? After Shrove Tuesday?
Shrove Tuesday? No, I am not giving up anything. I'm trying to... no.
Did you have pancakes?
Of course I did.
What did you have?
I didn't have a pancake. I ate too much. Somebody had made Aero chocolate biscuit cake when I was in the Bear Factory, and it was homemade Aero chocolate biscuit cake, and I had 1 square of it, and then I said, I'll take a square for Neil, he'll love it. And then I finished that, and Neil didn't even know it existed, and I didn't want to have pancakes, and I thought it was stuffed.
Oh, I just had the old lemon and sugar, and then they had the small little ones that are almost like the pancake version of dough balls that you get, and I just put a bit of Cadbury's it's kind of like Nutella on them, so I had 3 of them.
I'm going to make protein pancakes for my lunch. Protein, well, I'm not allowed to call them that, chocolate collagen protein pancakes. Ugh.
What did you have on your pancakes, Emma?
I had lemon and sugar.
Good. Okay.
Girls, no, it's only Nutella.
So what's a phrase you use way too much?
Like,
that's me too. And then also, and stuff like that. If you had to reward yourself with a little sweet treat, which sweet treat are you going for?
the O'Donnell's buffalo crisps.
That's not sweet, that's savoury.
Well, it is sweet and delicious.
I have a cube of caramel chocolate, Cadbury's caramel.
A chomp. You can buy chomp separately in Ireland. I can't believe it. I'm not having to buy selection boxes to get the odd chomp. You can buy separate chomps.
Yeah, but they're probably about 50 cents.
I don't care.
If you could delete one mundane part of your everyday life, what would you get rid of? Getting ready in the morning. It's such a time zapper and it's so boring.
I don't mind getting ready. Because I can listen to music. Cleaning loads of stuff up. I'm sick of it. I don't want to clean anything. I don't want to clean.
My mom has all this silver. She's had this silver, I can't tell you for how many years. Like, I'd say easily about 40 years.
I'm getting her to leave it to you just as a final.
She cleaned it all herself, Imo, and it could take her 3 or 4 hours. I was like, fuck that. Like, you know what, Brasso. Anyway, always be too hot or always be too cold? Hot.
Too hot.
Cold.
Ugh.
Oh, why, Imo? No, I'm freezing right now and I hate it.
Being too hot. It's just
I hate being cold so bad.
Okay, what's your comfort show? I don't really have something I go and watch. I just like to put like a random movie on sometimes.
Gordon Ramsay Kitchen Nightmares, if I can find it, but I've really gone through them all at this stage now. And Gordon Ramsay Nightmare Hotels, I love that. They were my favourite.
Sometimes I watch. Oh my god, why can't I remember the name of it? Where they all go to each other's houses to watch. It's on a Sunday. It's an omnibus on a Sunday.
I love that. What's it called? Emma, you know it, where they go to the Airbnbs, to the B&Bs?
No, not the Airbnbs. That's one version. No, it's the one where you go to someone's house every night of the week.
Come dine with me.
Yes, thank you.
I love me and Alzo rage watch A Place in the Sun sometimes. When Alzo comes over, we're like, let's watch a really old one. And these people are like, I want a 5-bedroom villa with a beach view and a swimming pool for 30 grand.
Yeah,
it's like, come on.
And then, listen, what language would you like to learn? Spanish.
I think because I fancy Bad Bunny so much. Oh my God. Spanish.
Emma, what? Are you swooning over him too?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to.
Jesus.
God, I can't stop watching the Super Bowl,
I
honestly.
don't see it.
I don't even care that I don't have a, what's it called? A VPN. I don't need it. I've got the Super Bowl performance of Bad Bunny.
Something else I wanted to talk about, okay? I was thinking about this the other day because I hear people saying, I am one of these people, you know this, I'm one of these people, if someone says something incorrectly, I correct them. I'm like, if they pronounce something and...
Yeah, you're a bitch.
But there's loads of mispronounced words and phrases. I was thinking, like, you know, chat GBT. Like, I'm saying GBT. It's GPT.
Yeah. I had to Google what that was, to be honest with you, because I say GBT.
Another one, play it by year. It's actually play it by ear.
I knew it was played by ear, you gobshite.
Who thought it was year?
I said that for
Amber.
years. Another one is, some people say, for all intents and purposes, some people say intensive purposes.
Oh, I thought it was that.
Another one is nip it in the bud, and people say nip it in the butt.
Oh, I know it's in the bud.
People, instead of saying specific, say Pacific.
I can't bear when people say, oh, if people text me and they're like, I'm en route, and it's ON. I'm like, oh no.
Another one is when people say espresso instead of espresso.
Sorry, Emma, do you not remember on this very pod, Spenny used to go mad about people that would say espresso, and it would drive him crazy. And then we're in the Eden Rock one year, and on the menu it was written espresso, and he was like, who's put this? It's so funny.
And another one is,
God,
it's
him of
supposed
all
to be
people.
mischievous, and people say mischievous.
I like the word mischievous.
In Ireland, Imo, it's obviously a film, but we say film.
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 Then another one is case in point, and it's supposed to be case in point. Another one, statute of limitations.
These are just making me feel bad about myself. I don't want to do this game anymore.
Some people, it's supposed to be statute of limitations, and some people say statute of limitations. Some people say it's a deep-seated issue, but it's actually deep-seated issue.
Seated. I thought it was seated.
I think that makes sense, though.
Listen, it's wrong, okay?
I know.
And then Pete said this, but I don't know that. So when people say, you know, genuinely believe that's true, they say, instead of saying genuinely, they say generally believe that's true. I don't really know if that's right. No. And then Auntie Gina has obviously a number of kind of mispronunciations. Avocado, guacamole, and then Tora Guadiara. She's, yeah.
Okay, Amber. Do you know what I'm going to hit you with? I'm going to hit you with one of my favourites, a listener, Agony Amber.
Okay.
I love these. I love that you write into us. Thank you so much. AmberVoguePod@global.com. We are very appreciative because we know it takes time.
And also, don't forget, you can watch us on YouTube.
YouTube. Everyone loves YouTube. I'm getting into YouTube. There's so much good shit on there. Okay, I need help. My boyfriend and I have got to wear matching outfits to a fancy dress party we've got coming up. It's our friend's 30th. Already know what you should wear, the Shining Twins. He's come up with an idea and loves it so much he's actually gone online and bought his outfit. He wants to be a rat and he wants me to go as a piece of cheese. Oh, I love! He's not a cool rat, not like some edgy, stylish interpretation, just a straight up whiskered, tail dragging, sewer adjacent rodent. And I am the cheese. His vision is that he'll scurry around in grey fuzz while I stand there as a bright yellow block with holes in it. He says it's clever and people will love it.
It's a bit boring. No, I think you could do something way better than that. I love clever ones that people do.
I'm going to dress up as Bosco this year. Bosco was this puppet that we used to like have in Ireland, and she'd come out of her little box. She lived in a box, and sometimes you'd be allowed to go into Bosco's house, and it was the most exciting time on TV. You'd be like, oh, Jesus, we're going into Bosco's room!
I would like us to finish on the childhood bucket lists.
What is your childhood bucket list?
So basically, it's what people are asking, what was on your childhood bucket list? Like, what did you always want to do as a kid? I think we kind of got to do everything we wanted to do. Like, some people wanted to sleep in a B&Q. Didn't want that. Run around a toy store. Put your mouth over a Mr. Whippy machine and pump the ice cream into your mouth. You did that, though. Didn't you, in the summer shop?
Jesus, they'll be listening, Amber. That's my closest shop.
Make an announcement on a supermarket tannoy. Yeah, I always wanted to do that because I always felt it was like, welcome to Dunn's today. Amber is here. She's lost her mom. If her mom can please come to customer services. Thank you very much. Sit in a bus driver's seat. Press all the buttons in the lift. Yeah, your kids do that. Lay on the luggage conveyor belt in an airport. Did you ever see that picture of the woman who basically checked in and, you know, the conveyor belt that she stood on that thinking that was a travelator and off she went. Yeah. Activate literally any fire alarm. Yes, I've actually set one off before. Then another one here is jump into the popcorn machine at the cinema. Yes, I was very disappointed actually. I went to the cinema. They didn't have butter popcorn. But I saw someone on Instagram putting, you know, the nacho cheese on their popcorn. Like that, you'd need gloves. I wanted to do supermarket sweep.
Oh, God, I still want to do supermarket sweep. Remember that show, Extreme Couponing? God, I love that show.
And then the other thing I wanted to do was total wipeout. Pretty much what you did in the jungle.
Oh, yeah, I got to do that. Yeah, and Gladiators.
So, yeah.
Like, hello, I got to do Gladiators. Sick. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. We will be back next week. Well, no, we'll be back in the bonus Thursday. There you go. I'm going to make myself some chocolate pancakes. Do you want one, Amber?
Thank you very much.
No, you're not having one. Fine, you're not having one.
Thank you very much. And don't forget to check out our YouTube. YouTube.
And my YouTube. What does she even do? That's what it's called. My YouTube channel. I've got a really long one going up this week.
Obviously go to Vogen Amber YouTube. That's what we're here to promote.
Amber, I'm going to come down there and beat you alive with that light.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.